In a moment that sent waves across the wrestling world, WWE legend Rhyno has finally opened up about one of the most unexpectedly beloved tag teams in modern sports entertainment, the powerhouse duo of Rhyno and Heath Slater. A team that started as a punchline but exploded into a fan-favorite phenomenon. Today, Rhyno reveals how it all happened, why it worked, and what fans never knew behind the scenes. WWE's tag team history is filled with legendary alliances, some built on dominance, some on athletic chemistry, and others on pure charisma. But few teams captured the hearts of fans quite like the unpredictable, wildly entertaining, and surprisingly effective partnership between Rhyno and Heath Slater. What began as a comedic storyline slowly evolved into a genuine, crowd-pleasing connection that still resonates with the WWE universe. Recently, wrestling icon Rhyno sat down for an in-depth conversation reflecting on his time teaming with Slater, revealing fresh insights, emotional moments, and untold stories from behind the curtain. His reflections shed new light on why the team worked, how it was formed, and the impact it left on both men's careers. Rhyno, known throughout the wrestling business for his raw power, intense presence, and no-nonsense attitude, was not the first person fans expected to see paired with Heath Slater, a performer known for comedy, chaotic energy, and endless charisma. Yet somewhere in their differences, magic was born. When Rhyno speaks about the partnership today, there is a noticeable sense of pride, appreciation, and even humor in his voice. He looks back not just at the matches and moments, but at the unique chemistry that made the team something special. According to Rhyno, the origin of the team wasn't planned as a long-term run. It began during the much-talked-about WWE draft and the introduction of SmackDown Live's renewed brand split. Heath Slater became the only wrestler left undrafted, leading to one of the funniest and most memorable storylines WWE had produced in years. With Slater desperately trying to secure a contract, pleading with general managers, and appearing on both shows with child support jokes and "I got kids" catchphrases, he quickly became one of the biggest organic babyfaces in the company. Rhyno described how the creative team pitched the idea of pairing him with Slater as part of this underdog storyline. On paper, the combination seemed completely mismatched, an ECW veteran teaming with an unpredictable red-headed showman known for his comedic timing. But Rhyno immediately saw potential. He believed that his intimidating aura, combined with Slater's comedic desperation, could create a perfect contrast. And as he explains, sometimes the best teams in wrestling aren't the ones that look alike, they're the ones that feel right. As they prepared to work together, Rhyno quickly realized that Slater wasn't just a comic act. Behind the humor was a performer with an exceptional sense of timing, commitment to his character, and a natural ability to connect with the audience. This impressed Rhyno, who admitted that Slater's dedication reminded him of old-school wrestlers who lived and breathed their roles. Slater threw himself into every segment, every promo, and every moment of the storyline with genuine enthusiasm. Rhyno laughs as he recalls how the backstage atmosphere changed whenever they worked together. Heath brought this wild energy. You never knew what he was going to say next, and half the time the boys backstage were trying not to laugh. But he also emphasizes how seriously Slater took the work. Whether it was a backstage skit, a contract signing, or a tag match for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship, Slater always showed up ready to give everything he had. One of the most defining moments of their partnership came during the storyline where Slater needed a tag team partner to qualify for a WWE contract. When Rhyno was revealed as that partner, the crowd reaction signaled something unexpected. Fans loved the idea. Slater represented the underdog, struggling father trying to provide for his family. Rhyno represented unwavering strength and loyalty. Together, they created a story about friendship, second chances, and unity. Rhyno remembers the first time they stepped out to the ring as an official duo. The audience erupted in cheers, not just for the individuals, but for the combination. It clicked instantly, Rhyno recalls. You can't manufacture that. The crowd told us right away that they were with us. Their momentum built quickly, and within weeks they became unlikely contenders for the newly created SmackDown Tag Team Championship. The night they won the titles remains one of the most emotional moments of Slater's career and a deeply satisfying moment for Rhyno. Fans remember the celebration vividly, Slater crying, shouting about getting a contract, and thanking Rhyno for believing in him. Rhyno stood proudly beside him, the veteran giving the spotlight to the underdog. When reflecting on that night, Rhyno says, "It was special. You don't always get moments like that in wrestling. Sometimes everything lines up, the story, the emotions, the crowd, and it just becomes magic. That was one of those nights. But their partnership wasn't only about championship glory. Rhyno reveals several behind-the-scenes moments that shaped their bond. One story involves their constant travel schedule. Slater, known for his humor, would often keep the locker room entertained on long stretches of the road. Rhyno describes him as someone who could brighten even the toughest days. If you were stressed, tired, or beat up, Heath was the guy who could make you smile. That kind of energy is rare in this business. He also praises Slater's professionalism. Fans often assume Slater was just the funny guy, but Rhyno makes it clear, Heath is one of the hardest workers I've ever teamed with. He never phones it in. He gives everything, every night. The two developed a close friendship that extended beyond the ring. Rhyno reflects on how their conversations often revolved around family, priorities, and the responsibility that comes with being a father, something Slater frequently incorporated into his WWE persona. Rhyno admired how Slater balanced his career with his home life, calling him a great dad and an even better human being. Throughout their run, the team delivered a series of entertaining matches and promos that kept fans deeply invested. Whether they were facing the Usos, the Wyatt family, or other rising tag teams, Rhyno and Slater continued to evolve. Their dynamic became a blend of comedy and seriousness. Slater brought personality, Rhyno brought intensity. They complemented one another in a way that felt both humorous and heartfelt. Eventually, like many great WWE storylines, their partnership came to a natural conclusion. Brands shifted, drafts occurred, and new teams emerged. But even after they moved on to different paths, Rhyno says the bond they formed remained strong. Whenever they met backstage or worked independent shows together, it felt like no time had passed. Some partnerships are just easy, Rhyno explains. Ours was one of them. Reflecting today, Rhyno believes their team worked because of authenticity. Nothing about it was forced. In wrestling, the audience can sense when something is real. They knew Slater was giving everything he had. They knew I was there to support him. That honesty connected with people. He also acknowledges the importance of their storyline in WWE history. While bigger teams have come and gone, the Rhyno-Slater duo stands out for its raw emotional power and organic fan support. Their partnership proved that even in a world of larger-than-life characters and intense rivalries, heart and humor can create unforgettable moments. As Rhyno looks back, he expresses gratitude for the fans, for WWE, and especially for Heath Slater. He credits Slater for bringing out a different side of him, allowing him to show personality beyond his intimidating exterior. Heath helped me relax. He helped me have fun out there. And I think the fans could feel that. They didn't just see two wrestlers, they saw two guys who genuinely enjoyed working together. Today, both men continue their careers in various promotions, still beloved by fans. And whenever Rhyno reflects on his journey, the partnership with Slater remains a highlight he cherishes deeply. We made people laugh, we made them cheer, and we made them care. That's all you can ask for in this business. Their legacy lives on through the countless clips, fan memories, and heartfelt moments they created. Rhyno concludes his reflection with a simple message to fans: thank you for believing in us. Thank you for embracing the odd couple. It meant more than you know. The story of Rhyno and Heath Slater is more than a wrestling partnership, it is a testament to chemistry, resilience, and the power of unexpected alliances. It is a reminder that sometimes the most unlikely teams create the most unforgettable chapters in sports entertainment. And as Rhyno continues to look back with pride, the WWE Universe continues to remember the duo with admiration, laughter, and love.